Greeting interwebs, this is Jackie K, and welcome for another Overseer October video. Now, this wasn't what I had in mind, but I came up with a brilliant idea of something I could do for a little filler as I work on the next video proper. A while back, I made a goal to flat out write out the story of Book 1 of Overseer the Elements, just in case I never get around to actually making it a game. Then at least a general idea of it would stand as a story. Granted, writing takes a long time, and it's very easy for me to keep putting it off. So I still have a long way to go. I don't even think I finished writing the prologue yet. But you know, this is a month all about celebrating my OC. The fact that I've barely even got through the prologue, but still have 5 pages on this Word document worth of writing, I think I can read this out for 10 minutes or so, and still have plenty of surprises to share for the adventure proper. Who knows, maybe if I actually make a video about it, I'll actually have the motivation to actually come back to it instead of just procrastinating and putting it off to work on literally anything else, whether it be game design or other videos, etc. So I'll start by reading out what I have for the first chapter, and go from there. Chapter 1. The SS Prologue. The Open Sea. Our journey begins with a pair of heroes to be, as an ocean breeze passes through their hair. On one side, a reserved listener, with a head of hair smooth as silk, sliding down their neck, and as golden as the shining sun, with a particular attire of blue and yellow. Their vibe is as calm as the mountain in spring. To their side is a girl, with hair and an attire that blaze like a burning fire. Her spirit burns as fiercely as a wildfire, and yet remains as warm and compassionate as the fireplace on a cold winter night. They overlook a vast sea from the railing of a ship flowing into the vast yonder. You know, perked the redhead, this view? Thinking more about it, if you weren't here, there would be no way in Blaze that I'd be able to appreciate a view like this. She was never the biggest fan of water. The thought of being trapped in the grasp of the wave, the feeling of rain on her face, none of these were feelings that she could embrace. But with a friend like them by her side, for the first time, she was able to appreciate the beauty of the ocean. However, that peace would not last for long. An abrupt thump shook the vessel, and darkness began to fill the sky. Wait, what is going on here? Our ignited heroine exclaimed. Looking over her shoulder, she was shocked to realize that the boat was suddenly overrun by suspicious creatures. The mooks overall looked like lion cubs, but their shape felt off. They seemed more sentient, more sinister. Well, there was a few round ones in the back that kind of looked like a big round bouncy ball. That one seemed friendly, but it was definitely associated with the intruders as well. The pair rushed off towards the mob. Who in the blazing darkness are you? Inquired our blazing heroine. Suddenly, a figure steps out from the shadows and explained. In the darkness, you say? We are the darkness. We are the Channel, minions of the darkness itself. We exist to spread our will throughout the land. The voice emerged from the gloom, revealing a sight one may struggle to wrap their eyes around. Like the others, it too resembled a lion cub, sort of, but this one had a much more humongous, much more masculine figure. He overshadows all with pure size and bulk. Even a drill sergeant would quiver in his presence. Now, troops, we got word that a meddlesome hero is taking this ship to the mainland. I gotta report my find to brothers. I don't want to see no hide, no hair from none of ya until they are taken care of. You hear? The subordinates nod in agreement, and the opposing leader marches back into the shadows. The minions squabble among themselves as they scatter across the ship to cause chaos. We gotta find that hero, otherwise Boss Bulky's gonna get mad. As if she was waiting for this exact cue, the snarky red hair steps forward and introduces herself to these fearsome foes. Funny you mentioned that, she proclaimed. Because those heroes are right here. I'm Sarah, and me and my buddy are on a quest to awaken the guiding light and put a stop to goons like you. The Firebrand hero stands tall in pride. Of course, this immediately provokes confrontation with these shady creatures. But she did not care. If anything, this was the exact moment she was waiting for, since the ship first set sail. As the battle began, Sarah looks over to her peer, realizing she forgot an important detail. While she has been training her entire life under the guidance of both her father and uncle, she forgot that her companion may not be as experienced with combating these foes of darkness. So hey, any chance you need a refresher on this whole combat thing? Well, no time like the present. As you know, our powers are called Mind, as they draw out our inner energy to wield the elements around us. The key to being a hero is wielding these powers strategically in and out of combat. Suddenly, the two mooks approach. A cup of blazing fire and one engulfing ice. How convenient, Sarah explained. It's like those enemies were made for us. Now follow my lead. Sarah closes her eyes, channeling her mind to her power. Then suddenly, fire emits from her hands, and the flames launch themselves into the ice enemy. Defeated, the foe sinks into the darkness which it came. Now you try, Sarah requests as she turns her head towards her companion. On cue, the blonde focuses their power. Instead of flames, the energy manifests into a small rain cloud. Then, with a push of their mind, the cloud quickly drifts towards the fire enemy, dousing the flames and sending the foe back into the darkness. You did it! Sarah proudly shouts towards her victorious companion. More of the minions of darkness approach the duel, as they begin to surround them. Welp, looks like we're surrounded. I guess it's time to pull out my secret weapon. Suddenly, a small creature pops out of thin air. It resembles a small lizard, with stone-shaped charcoal scattered throughout the orange and black body, around its neck, and topping it off, the charcoal is placed neatly along the head. These charcoal pieces are set aflame all across its body, and yet it paid no mind to that. It only had its mindset on snuggling with its owner, as it rubbed its flame-covered body across Sarah. Oddly enough, despite the fire, she did not seem to mind either. Not even her clothes seemed affected by the way it rubbed itself across her. You remember charcoal, right? Sarah inquired. They're a soul spirit, elemental creatures that are essentially mind that has taken physical form. Mind wielders, such as ourselves, form bonds with them to enhance our power, as well as team up with them and other wielders of mind to unleash powerful attacks. Take a look! Then suddenly, in a flash of fire, the being was unleashed upon the enemy in a burst of flame. And now, with the energy we've built up, we can do that special trick, Sarah said with a wink towards her companion. The spirit then took the form of stone, about the size of a beanbag, which the pair proceeded to kick back and forth to each other, like a hacky sack. With each pass, they embed the stone with a bit of their power, building up more and more until the stone was directly kicked upon the enemies, engulfing them in a mix of fire and water that cleared the remainder of the horde. Jeez, explained one of the baddies. These kids are tough. We should report back to the boss. The remainder of the intruders run off into the dark, tails between their legs. The pair high-five in celebration of their victory. We did it! Sarah shouted in celebration. That'll show them not to mess with us. And so, after checking off on the rest of the crew, our heroes resume their view of the ocean view. The pair take in the peace while they can, as they know their journey has only just begun. And that covers everything I have written down for Chapter 1. You know, this was pretty fun. Don't know if I'll share anything more anytime soon. Do want to save some of the juicy details for the adventure itself, that hopefully will be a game someday. But this would be a fun idea to revisit for future Overseer Octobers, even if I have to make up completely new stories separated from the main plot just to have something to talk about. I guess we'll see how well this does, and if I'm still looking forward to doing more next year. So hopefully editing this video actually turns out to be simpler than the video I'm putting off for this, cause otherwise that might defeat the point of initially doing this. But hey, regardless of what happens, it was fun. I've been Jackie K. Hopefully the next video you see will be the main show of Overseer October. It depends on how the month pans out and how long that takes to edit. Regardless, I've been Jackie K, and I hope to see you again. Take care.